presented by First Commonwealth Bank. Let's get to our next interview, and it is sponsored by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Any way to teach students is pretty good, but if you can make it a little bit different and a little bit memorable, in my opinion, it's something that'll stick with them for a long time. I remember a teacher back in my senior high days, Mr. Reeg, would always try to connect history with music, so that always clicked with me. So another effort, a similar effort, but this time focusing on the outdoors. Joining us now here on Indiana in the Morning is Sean Moran of Ben Franklin Elementary School. Sean, it is good to see you, my friend. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it.
All right, so let's talk about this. This is a new outdoor classroom that's being put together at Ben Franklin Elementary. How did this start?
Well, due to COVID, we started in September, and really it just started as get some tree stumps together, go outside. We had get a whiteboard out there and just enjoy the outdoors. This was at a time where we're starting mask. So I thought, wow, it'd be great to just get out, enjoy the air, and take a mask break, and still yet read stories and still connect with the students.
So this is a very different way to connect with the students. So is this going to be used by all the grade levels inside Ben Franklin?
That is our intention. Certainly it's going to take some time to put everything together. When it gets up and running, I envision that we have like a Google Doc and people sign up for certain areas.
Okay. So people will be able to reserve the classroom for certain points then?
Yes.
Now, whenever I thought of outdoor classroom, I thought, okay, they're going to teach some environmental stuff. Is that going to be one of the things that's going to be part of this?
That will be. It's certainly in our curriculum. We do have things like organism units. We have weather units and things like that. So that is our intention. We are going to prepare raised garden beds. So we'll talk about just things that you can use in everyday life when they grow up. Who doesn't want a great garden someday? Let's learn about the soil, how to take care of plants, what the things that you need. So let's start early.
Let's talk about where in this school it is. Now, if I remember correctly, there used to be a playground in this section. It's like right between a couple of the hallways of the school.
It is. In fact, the playground is up from that. So
okay.
Really, and I was a student there a few years back, and it was always an area that the teacher said, don't go down there. That's the area that you knew not to go down there. And so it is between the two hallways. It's an 80 by 200 space, and it's just always been space. It just has been something you look at, and I thought, wow, let's put it to use.
I remember going in that area once. And that was it.
I'm sure they let you know.
Yeah, they did let us know, because the reason why we went there is because we actually had to do something for our art class. And it was actually they wanted us to use spray paint, but they didn't want us to be inside, so they let us out into that area to do that, but that was it. But this is now a great use of the space. So you're thinking Google Doc, there's going to be probably, a whiteboard or some sort of writing area in there?
Well, I tell you what, there's going to be a lot of things.
Let's talk about that.
It's a lot of space. We started off, you're going to come in, there's going to be a welcome area, like a sign of people who helped us put this together. You'll have I call it a food court, a way that you can eat out there. We'll have picnic tables.
Okay.
We're looking to build a 16 by 28 pavilion. We're looking to have like an amphitheater setting with stones and the students can sit on. So this space started like in a small area, but it just kind of grew to the whole space. And Kelly Urbani, our principal out there, has been great. And when I presented the idea to her, she just loved the idea and said, let's do it. And so it's just been growing ever since.
That's actually great that something organic, pardon the pun, has come out. It came from one of the educators, one of the people of the school, thinking, hey, let's utilize this space. And actually, if I can jump in, you were talking about using a lot of stone. Last night at the meeting, we did not mention this in the newscast, but there was a donation made. Nathan Kowalczyk donating 125 to 150 cut field stones for this project. That's big, because I was told that these stones are expensive.
They are. The number has changed. It's a little different. I think we were off in our numbers. It's more like 20 or
Oh,
so.
okay.
But still, a great donations. The stones are big and they're worth a lot of money. So we do appreciate Nathan. He's always been someone, him and his family have always been willing to give back to the community. I thought of him right away. I knew this was his area, and we're so thankful.
You mentioned that there's going to be an area where a lot of the people who made this possible are going to be thanked. So I'm assuming then that there are a lot of outside donors that are contributing to this classroom project.
Yeah, at this point, we've raised, I would say, close to $7,000. So that's a good start for us. We certainly are going to need to raise more money to do the things that we want to do. But we are thankful for anything, even like $5 will help, because it all adds up. We do have a Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
It's BF Outdoor Learning Space. And go to that page, and it will tell you what we're up to, what we're looking for donation-wise.
So BF Outdoor Learning Space on Facebook.
Correct.
Okay, we'll be sure to get that link out there. Probably we'll include it in the comments on this Facebook Live video.
That'd be great, because many times they're looking for what can we do. Certainly a monetary donation's great.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have things around the house, could be a win-win. You're looking to maybe get rid of something, and believe it or not, that's something we could use.
Teachers are always after supplies. You know it,
That's right. That's right.
We're talking with Sean Moran, who has been one of the people behind an upcoming outdoor classroom over at Ben Franklin Elementary School in the Indiana School District. Sean, if this idea takes off, do you see maybe some of the other schools in the district maybe adopting this?
I believe so. I know I've heard some board members even say that. And some of the when we were presenting, they were saying, wow, this is a great idea, and it's something we should possibly, obviously, if it goes well, and that's our intention, they were like saying, this is something that if we could do, it'd be great in the other schools.
Now, it's not just you. You mentioned the principal over at Ben Franklin Elementary. Who else has been part of this project?
Well, from the very beginning, I knew that we needed to, it started small with myself, and then I knew I needed to, we started a committee over there. We have 12 different people over there helping, basically one from each grade level. But Kelly's been super supportive. We talked with Greg Trout, Cheney over there as well, and Mr. Vukovic, Mr. Heinrich. They are all on board with this. And I knew if this was something we wanted to do, we have to all get in the boat, and
right.
We have to do this thing.
Now, one thought did just cross my mind, and this is probably as out of the blue as it gets, but I'm thinking about weather like we have today, scattered showers and thunderstorms. What happens if somebody reserves the time and it's raining out there?
Well, it's obviously teacher discretion. They have to determine if the elements outside are worth venturing out. Maybe your lesson turns into something in regards with mud. I don't know.
Oh, geez.
But probably not. But what you can do is just reschedule. I'm sure that's going to be a living, breathing document that we can reschedule. That'll be a good thing if we have a lot of use with this. So I'm looking forward to that.
I don't know if I asked you.
But we do have a pavilion that we do want to build.
Yeah.
So if you're out there and you get stuck in a very fast shower or something,
you can get to shelter right away.
We will have shelter.
Okay, that's a good idea as well. I don't know if I asked you this, but have you heard about this sort of a classroom being done elsewhere?
I've heard, obviously, in the state. I mean, this is not a new idea,
right?
I mean, but it's how it looks, how it works with your district. That could be different. But it's certainly, we researched it. We looked online, looked at tons of photos. And the tough thing is every time you look at things, oh, that's great. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, yeah, we're going to need money to do that. We're going to need this. We're going to need that.
That wish list gets longer.
Yeah. So we have tons of ideas. But it really does. We're really looking for the public, and they've been great. But it's kind of like a community built.
Mm-hmm. So if people want to make a donation, again, they can go to the Facebook page and find out more information there?
Yeah, you can get information there. You can also write a check to Indiana Area School District and earmark it outdoor learning space.
Okay, so put it in the memo.
Yeah,
line
put
there.
Ben Franklin or BF Outdoor Learning Space. Once they see something outdoor learning, they'll know it's Ben Franklin.
All right, excellent. And I got to tell you, I got to ask, when is this going to be ready? Is this going to be ready for this school year?
That's the $1,000,000 question.
Yes,
Josh.
it is. And the answer?
It takes basically, it's going to take a while. The hope would be probably next fall.
Well,
that would be still pretty an aggressive timetable, but it's not going to be ready like right away.
I don't know if the people on Facebook saw me, but I'm knocking on the wood of the desk here. So knock on wood, it does go well, and hopefully things get up and running very soon with that.
Yeah, and my mother keeps saying, if only like every BF alumni would just give $5 or $10, if we could find those BF Ben Franklin alumni out there. And she's right. It's just connecting to the people, Josh. That's the big thing and that's why I appreciate your time today, too.
We appreciate you coming aboard because we think this is a great story, and we know that this is going to be a big impact for the students once it is ready to get up and going.
And I do want to say, if we still have time, Justin Shaw from the police department is going to be on board as well with their canine dogs. So we're reaching out to different people out there to enjoy.
All right. So once again, this is the Ben Franklin Outdoor Classroom, and if you want more information on it, what's the Facebook name again?
BF Outdoor Learning Space.
BF Outdoor Learning
Space, correct. Because it started as kind of like a classroom idea, but now it's a huge space.
Yeah.
So that's why we're calling it a space.
Excellent. Okay. Sean, thank you very much for joining us today here on Indiana in the Morning. Please pass along all my best to the Ben Franklin staff over there, and best of luck in creating this space for the kids. Thanks again.
I will. Thank you, Josh.
That is Sean Moran joining us this morning here on Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank, and our interviews presented by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. 8:23 now here on Indiana in the Morning, and we will be joining up with the CBS Sports Minute in just about a minute or so. And later in this hour, I can tell you that we have the Indiana